Hi, Aaron. Nice to meet you. How are you doing today?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm very, very good. Thanks for this interview. So I have a few questions. Where are you originally from?
I'm originally from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, and yeah.
Kuala Lumpur. Okay, that's cool. So how long have you lived in Hong Kong?
I've been in Hong Kong about six and a half years right now, and 7 years soon.
Well, 7 years, so you're gonna be able to apply for the PR, like permanent residency in Hong Kong, right?
Yep, exactly.
When will you be able to apply for it?
I think it's end of next year, around October, to get my permanent visa residence. Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
that's good.
Yeah.
So why did you move to Hong Kong and what do you do here?
The reason I moved to Hong Kong is when I graduated, I see there's a lot of opportunities in Hong Kong. And it used to be a very vibrant, still a vibrant city, don't get me wrong, and it's still a very good city, and it's one of the leading city in Asia. And so I decided after graduate, I decided to travel in Hong Kong, at the same time look for a new job. And currently right now, I'm working in an IT company as a software engineer, mostly on testing, QA part, and I've been doing that for close to 6 years as well, and liking it pretty good.
That's very interesting. And did you bring your family with you?
No, I didn't bring my family. I came here alone, although my parents do visit me once a while, and I do go back, yeah.
So I'm assuming that you miss your family back home, like especially in this time of COVID, right? You can already visit them.
Yeah, it's a bit sad, but you get used to it. We have communications, we are smartphones and everything, so it's okay.
It's all right. You can manage. That's good.
It's all right.
So at the very beginning, how did you find the transition living to a foreign country?
It's fine actually. There will be a bit of culture shock, to be very frank. Even you are from an Asia country moving to another Asia country, things in here are pretty fast. People in here are not as, I wouldn't say, it's a bit not friendly. From where we came from, people are very nice and very genuine. In here, they are pretty much to themselves, or they stick to their norms.
It's true. It's true.
It's true. I think the space, like you don't get off with like space in here, like private space, like you walk around, transport everything. Even the place you stay is pretty cramped. Compared to Malaysia, you live in like huge house and everything. It's pretty different. And other than that, it's fine. The food here is great. People here, the people I work with is pretty good as well. Yeah, so not that bad.
Yeah, it's not that bad. I think. Yeah, sure. So, was it easy making friends and meeting people? And do you mainly socialize with fellow expats?
Making friends in Hong Kong, it's pretty hard, to be honest.
Agreed.
It is it's not say very hard, but that's a task, like there's a challenge on it. First of all, they don't treat you as a local, and that's a culture difference. Especially
even if you're Asian, like maybe you have like a Chinese background, let's say something like this, they don't treat you the same way, do you think?
They don't, I mean, they treat you as a normal people, but as a friend, maybe not.
Okay.
I experience a lot of like Thai friends, like acquaintance, just like hey, that's it. Making genuine, true friends in Hong Kong, it's especially finding local friends are pretty difficult. You have to be their norm, you have to be in their culture. Even you say like, I know Hong Kong pretty well. I watch the movies and I study the stuff, know their culture. It's still, they're not willingly open to be friends with you. It's just different, especially when you come to Hong Kong. When you don't have high school friends, you'll be alone. And in order to know friends, I usually go online, playing apps, Tinder, whatsoever, be going coffee to know people, to socialize around. Cause after work, you just can't find friends around here. Like maybe your colleague is your best friend, but the thing is, your colleagues, most of them are expats as well.
So you do socialize with our fellow expats in Hong Kong?
Yeah.
You find it easier?
It is easier.
Yeah.
To be frank, like most of the expats I know are Americans and from the British. they usually go happy hour after work, and they tend to more open up in the things they say, and they express themselves more. So, and probably most of us, I wouldn't say I consider myself an expat. Doesn't have that privilege. I would call myself a foreign worker, I would say.
Okay.
But maybe they understand we are not from the local country, and we sort of get that basic or the common norm, and they are pretty open, and we hang out more often. So yeah, I hang out with expat friends more than local.
What are the best things to do in Hong Kong?
There's quite a few of best things to do in Hong Kong. I would say we start with food. Food in here, for example, Cha Chan Tang, and those local dim sum, they are very, very good, and they taste very journey. And
True.
And yeah, true. And there's a lot of international stuff. Like there's a lot of international food that gathers in Hong Kong. I'm talking about world-class sushis and like very good Chinese food, and it's just happened in Hong Kong. I'm not just food aside. I think the Hong Kong the tourist attractions are pretty good as well. We're talking about the Big Buddha in Tung Chung.
Very nice.
Yeah, and taking a tramp. Especially if you live in Hong Kong Island itself, it feels like life is like a movie in Hong Kong Island.
It's true.
It is very fantastic. That's an experience you have to experience yourself. I can't tell you just right here, but it's pretty amazing. As well as Hong Kong, again, is an international city. I actually get to expose more expats or more different kind of people around the world. Talking about American, British, French people, even Japanese. It's just a very global city.
So you appreciate this diversity in Hong Kong?
I really appreciate the diversity in Hong Kong, and it's not bad. Yeah, that's
Good.
what I appreciate, and the best thing happened in Hong Kong.
Right.
Yeah.
So you've mentioned about the cost of living briefly.
Yeah.
So how does the cost of living in Hong Kong compare to Malaysia? Can you explain me more about that?
Wow. Well, the cost of living in Hong Kong is so it's very high, I would just say.
True.
The thing is, back in where I came from, the cost of living in Malaysia, it's pretty affordable, I would say. Even if the pay in Malaysia is pretty not as high as Hong Kong, it's considerably low. I would say getting a house, not an apartment, a house in Malaysia for rent, it's about maybe 2,000 Hong Kong dollars, and you get a very, very good house with car park space, maybe 3 bedrooms and like 2 toilets, and about
That's pretty big.
yeah, 1,000 square feet, I would say.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah, and in Malaysia, if you're spending locally, buying local goods, like eating local stuff, you'll get very good food and very delicious food.
Yeah.
While in Hong Kong, half the salary, to be frank, goes to living, goes to rental.
Yeah. Something like this.
You can say that. To be frank, like because it's like to get a decent apartment in Hong Kong, you probably need to spend about 15,000 and above.
Yes. I think
Yeah.
at least 10,000, right?
Yeah, at least 10,000.
10 to 12 or something like this if you want 1 bedroom, right?
Yeah, but if you got a decent one, like a very nice,
A very nice one, yeah.
a nice neighborhood and convenient, I would say 15,000.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So, and that costs you like a portion of your rent already. Not to mention, given the food is good, but the food is quite expensive as well.
Yes,
One
if you
meal-
don't stick to a local food,
Yeah.
for sure.
And this is the cost of living is pretty expensive. Like the food and the rent is one of the most expensive in the world, I would say. But other than that, buying goods like branded stuff, digitals, electronics, they are not bad compared to other side of the world. And yeah, if the rent was slightly cheaper, it would be great. Like Hong Kong would be a heaven, if you ask me.
For sure.
Yeah.
So what negatives, if any, are there to living in Hong Kong? You mentioned some of it before, so can you explain me more?
Well, some of the negativity that I mentioned before is most likely the cost of living, which is negative, like that's pretty expensive, and it's very hard to blend into the Hong Kong society.
True.
One of the negativity that we actually experience is how politics actually get involved in Hong Kong, and how
Especially since 2019, right? Since
Yes.
the protest.
since the protest and how polarized Hong Kong culture and society is actually. It may not have the exact impact as a foreigner or an expat, but it does bring a lot of negativity to us, especially
Agreed.
people are not even, they are more closed, like not as open as used to be. They are more reserved than used to be, and especially this is something I experienced. Like as a Malaysian myself, many people in Malaysia support the Communist Party, and they think about people like Malaysian, and when they look at me or they know me, they have those kind of perception that I'm a Communist Party supporter, or the things like you like communist people and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I would say everywhere in the world, bad people exist. So do the good people.
I do agree.
Yeah. So
It's not all bad or all good from
Yeah.
my point of view. Like.
So this is one of the stuff, I wouldn't say it's a discrimination whatsoever, but people have those kind of the looks or the things on me, and it's something that I don't really like, because back in Malaysia we have political issues as well. It exists till now, and I thought Hong Kong doesn't have those kind of issues. So I feel like everywhere I go it just have political issues, and I hope that Hong Kong one day is going to recover from it. You do feel the tension and the pressure, and you don't feel safe as well. So you feel like being watched, or you don't feel like you don't have that much of freedom as it used to be. That's something I feel, and I know what the people are thinking, and I just hope that those things could be recovered. And to be frank, it's a lot of foreign companies are actually going away, looking for better options, like going to Singapore, or even going to other countries like Taiwan, which is closer and less political risk. And I just hope Hong Kong might lose that stance one day, which will be a waste. I mean, it's not as vibrant as it used to be, and I hope things will be restored.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah. So, if you could pick one piece of advice to anyone moving to Hong Kong, what would it be? And would you recommend Hong Kong as a place to live?
Yes. There wasn't give to anyone anywhere in the world. Like, don't be afraid to go to new places and explore it. Especially foreigner expats come here for a job. Enjoy your job. Enjoy the culture in here. Do as much as you can. Feel the vibe. Feel the vibrant that the Hong Kong can give you. And I think it's a decent place to live. But if you ask me if I want to stay here for retirement, I'll probably say no. I think with that amount of the salary I earn and bring back to my home country, it will be living in heaven compared to Hong Kong, where you have to live like small places. And even though not sure you can able to afford to buy a house in Hong Kong, which is many people are facing these days. Yeah, I think at the end of the day, if you come for work as an expat, come. It's a very good place. But for retirement, nah. Yeah, that's what I can give.
I agree with you. So anyway, thank you for this interview, Aaron.
Thank you.
And I wish you all the best
Thanks.
in Hong Kong.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.